Hi, welcome back to Drinking by My Shelf. My name is Emma and today I'm going to do a very exciting book jail update. Now I actually deliberately haven't counted the number of points that I got because I think it's going to be really good and I kind of want it to be a surprise for me as well. But I can tell you that I did so well this month and you guys are going to be so freaking proud of me. If you've never seen book jail before and you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, then I will link to previous book jail videos below. But basically this is a challenge that I set myself because I had too many books I hadn't read yet. I'm not allowed to buy any books until I get out of book jail, and there's certain challenges which I will explain in the description box below for how I can get points to eventually get out of book jail, and then I'll be able to buy all the books I want and totally defeat any of the progress I made. Which incidentally has been none. I still have just as many books unread, so this has been a totally pointless exercise, but I've enjoyed it so far. Challenge number 1 is just to get books off my TBR. So I get a point for every book that I read and a point for every book that I decided not to read and took off my TBR. And in the month of August, I read a fucking fantastic, if I say so myself, 13 books. And I also took 2 books off my TBR and decided not to read them. So let me run you through them. The Power. 5-star read, absolutely loved it. It's about what would happen in a world where suddenly women had all the physical power. The Girlfriend. Super creepy thriller about obsession and lies and how manipulative humans can be. How to Build a Girl. This was only okay. I'm going to talk more about it in my Girl Sex 101 wrap up, so look out for that. Little Deaths. Loved this one. It's about a mother accused of murdering her 2 children and it's about sexism and it's set in New York in the 60s. The Vanishing of Audrey Wilde. Really nice, gentle mystery, this one. It's not scary, it's not super twisty-turny, but it is really engaging and you kind of fall into that world. The Luster of Lost Things, a little bit of magical realism here about a boy who needs to find a magical book that powers his mum's bakery. The Roanoke Girls will fuck you up. So twisted. I loved it, but it's like such a weird, dark book. Truly Madly Guilty. This is by Leanne Moriarty. I haven't read Big Little Lies, but I loved the TV show, and this one was, I thought, a little bit disappointing. It was a little bit forced, the mystery, so I didn't really get into it. The Space Between Us, another 5-star read. I read tons of 5-star books this month, which is really rare for me. This one will break you into 1,000 tiny pieces. It's really, really sad. It's about the lives of 2 women living in Bombay, as it was called at the time. One of them is rich, one of them is poor. They both have very sad lives in different ways. Saving Francesca. This was a 5-star YA. It's about a teenage girl whose mum has depression and she's just starting a new school and it's about the friends that she makes, and I just thought it was really lovely. Beartown. This was my 4th 5-star read. If you're in the UK and you want it, it's called The Scandal over here. I bought it deliberately in the US because I think that the title Beartown is way better and way more fitting. This is about sexism in sport. Big recommend from me. Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore. Wonderful title, disappointing book. And then book number 13 is Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart. And this one was really disappointing, which sucks because I so loved E. Lockhart's We Were Liars. I adored that one. I went to the book launch of this, I was so excited about it, and I just found it a little bit of a letdown. I'm going to talk more about it in another video, but that was the last book that I read in August. So that's 13 points, and then I also got a bonus 2 points for the books that I took off my TBR, which were Storm Sisters. I started that one and just decided it's not really my genre, wasn't interested. And Yesterday, which is about people who can only remember either 1 or 2 days behind. They can't remember any further back than that. Kind of cool concept, but I started it and straight away was like, not really interested. So that's 15 points so far. Challenge number 2 is Diversity Bingo. This is a challenge set up by a group of book bloggers. I will put the details below, and basically just to try and read for as many different categories of books to get you reading more diversity. I ticked off 2 of their categories this month. I read a book where the main character has an invisible disability. That was The Luster of Lost Things, where the main character has a communication disorder, which makes it hard for him to speak. And for a book set in a non-Western but real-world setting, I read The Space Between Us, which is set in India. Challenge number 3 is the Read Harder Challenge, and this was set up by Book Riot. They, again, just have a list of different categories and challenges for you to read, and I'm just going to try and read as many as possible. And this month, I ticked off 3 from their list. For a book in which a character of colour goes on a spiritual journey, again, I'm using The Space Between Us, particularly the ending scene. For a book about sports, I'm using Beartown / The Scandal. And for a book about books, I'm using Midnight at the Bright Ideas Bookstore. Guys, don't get too excited, but I am on the bottom row. This has happened before, but look at it! Challenge number 4 is the Throwback book club, which was set up by Adam Silvera, the author, along with the booktubers Emma Books and Michael Booklion. And this one's simple. It's basically just to read books that were published before 2017, because it's so easy to get caught up in just reading all the new releases that we get sent or that we want to go out and buy, and we have to remember to go back and read all the books that we haven't got around to yet. And this month I read 5 that were published before 2017. That was The Power, which was published last year in the UK. Hasn't come out yet in the US, so get excited for that when it gets to you. How to Build a Girl, Truly Madly Guilty, Saving Francesca, and The Space Between Us. All of those were published before 2017. Jesus Christ, I'm so close. Challenge number 5, you're gonna laugh. It's the Get a Hold of Your Shelf challenge. I basically since February have never ticked off anything for this challenge. I keep just screwing it up. So I get a penalty of -3 for any challenge that I got nothing for. So that's 3 taken off here. And then, oh my god, challenge number 6. I'm seeing where this is gonna go now. I'm not doing a very good poker face. Challenge number 6 is I just get a point for every video that I made in that month. And in August, I made 4 videos. Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3. I'm out of book jail! I made it! I feel hot and sweaty and overexcited. And also kind of sad, because I kind of enjoyed doing the book jail videos. But holy shit, guys, we did it. Thank you all so much for being with me on this journey. I now have the freedom to go and buy whatever I want. I'm going to be doing book hauls all over the fucking place. I started book jail back in January, so it has taken me 8 full months to break out of book jail, but I did it, guys, I did it. Leave me a comment below if you never thought I would make it out of book jail. Guys, I would love to see your takes on this. If any of you want to try book jail, do link below to your video or your blog post or however you're doing it. I would love to check it out. But for now, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and of course, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Friday. See you next time!